men need to develop in themselves that will make it easy when the time comes to approach a woman of any age?
Of any age. Says that to which whatever you do for people to see, you have had a better preparation indoors before you come. So you ask yourself, am I attractive enough? Am I smart enough? Do I have a little bit of humor within me? Do I have that social network that at least when the name Spicado is mentioned, at least my name will open doors before I even get there? What is your source of confidence? And here I want to stress a little bit on that. What is your source of confidence? There are so many people who build their source of confidence from the family that they belong to.
Okay.
So the adults, the Sechis, the Amwa, the more Abuatins, then the rest of them. Then the school you attended, it also gives you a source of confidence. Your workplace, we are all in the media, but other people work in some media houses that they have a leverage over the other.
Yeah.
When they mention their stations, they go like, oh, okay. Then your network. And recently, now it's even the church you even attend. It also gives you that. So ask yourself, where do I belong to in all these folds? And is this so attractive to the sort of woman that I want? So if I've seen Amma belongs to these social classes. And when I do the comparative analysis between mine and hers, i.e. where I work, i.e. where I've schooled before, i.e. the sort of friends I hang out with, i.e. the family that I am from. I am the first generation that is supposed to be the first person to have gone to university to even buy a car. Is it that when I sit with my friends, all that we talk about is just to drink and talk about women? Or I am always thinking on my feet to bring out certain ideas to break through as an entrepreneur. So when you have all these things, then these things, you bring them to the table. So if you're a man, you just don't go in with an empty hand.
Yeah.
You must be smart. Very, 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 very smart. Listen, guys, ladies need men who are very smart, who think and think critically.
As an intelligent.
Intelligent.
Okay.
You see, because she needs someone to support her mentally. She brings something on the table. These are three things, three ideas. I want to do this. What do you think? Probably you might not even have an idea about this whole thing. Or give me some time. You go and research and you come back with detailed information that probably she might not have even considered at all. And that is when you are gradually building into her fold. That's why gradually she's appreciating your effort. And before you met her, she might have been on level 1. But getting to know her 3 months, 6 months later, she has graduated to level 2, level 3. And when she takes a retrospective look, she feels that, listen, before I met Koku, I was here.
Yeah.
But now this is where I am. That is where the sense of appreciation comes in. So regardless of whether she's driving a V8, she stays in airport residential area or whatever, she doesn't need your money at that particular moment in time. All that she needs is your mental support.
So, when we look at the way our society is structured, right? Let's look at 2019.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talk about developing the girl child, and giving her opportunities and so on and so forth, access and all that. I tend to find that somehow there's a certain lag or lapse, as it were, in terms of training and teaching the men, to match the woman of the future. I don't know what your thoughts are regarding this.
Yeah, it's very, very true, Kweku. We prepare women to face the world. You go to every home, when the mother is cooking, she pulls her daughter along with her into the kitchen. But when it has to do with a boy child, go and wash the car, go and mow the lawns, go and study, without preparing them consciously to also face the world. I emceed a wedding some time ago, and then I asked a parent, and I asked him, did you teach your son how to love his wife? Because all the advices that were coming was like, be humble to your husband, respect him, cook for him, wash for him, all that. Then I asked, did you people also prepare this man for marriage, for life, to also love and respect his wife?
Right, yeah.
We feel that the man as a man can make it on his own. He can think without systems being there or not there at all. The man can figure out a way, as though the man is a magician, to figure out his way through and make things happen for himself. So it is that we see the women as the weakest sex. So they need the guidance and the guidance to be able to sail through this treacherous world. But listen, when the woman is well refined and out there, she wouldn't come down to come and beg or marry someone who is not well refined as well too. I mean, like Paul.
It has to match.
Yes, it has to match. So how are we also putting structures in place? And this starts from the basic unit of society, that is a family. So when you go to our various homes, and this I'm pleading with our parent, the sort of treatment and then also nurturing that you give to this girl child, put the same effort in nurturing this boy child, so that when they are all growing concurrently, so that they are at par with each other. You know that when the girl speaks this way, then man also understands. And then that is when they will be able to synchronize themselves. Other than that, one is on this part, the other is on this part, feeling that, hey, listen, I am the man in charge. Whatever I say goes. But listen, sometimes your knowledge is limited. There are people, there are relationships and there are marriages here that you feel that all is well. But when you go in, it is indeed the women who are holding things down. Because they've been trained very well. They've been trained to manage homes. They've been trained to manage their emotions. They've been trained to manage situations. So much so that even when someone is standing somewhere, the person wouldn't even realize that this is really what is happening. But what about men? The slightest thing will flare up. It says that when you have an issue with your wife and stuff like that, just take your shirt and just hang it around your neck, go out and go and sit and come. Well, every day when you go out, people will see you. But the woman, does she also go out? She only goes into her bedroom and just cries. How about that? What about you joining her over there and just consoling her? So we need that harmony. We need that concurrent training. And it's very, very important. So I wouldn't train up my girl child in the right way. Then at the long run, someone somewhere, society, then you feel like you are coming in to come and marry. For that, me, I wouldn't even agree. I will never agree. Even if you say that that we love at first sight and we love ourselves and all these things, those things will come up and it will come and affect you, because the sort of training that I gave you, it's so opposite of the sort of training that was given to the guy. So what do you feel that is right for us all to do together? He feels that, listen, this is too low. Let us do it this way. Perhaps what's his way of thinking? Is so much so low, so that if he asks up to you, gradually you become an entity. So many women that we revere in society so much have gotten married. And after marriage, we ask ourselves, why? Because the person is going through certain things that you feel that it is not accustomed to my training, it's not accustomed to my knowledge base, it's not accustomed to my bringing, it's not accustomed to my beliefs and my systems. So then let me succumb, because during the counseling, it says that as a woman, respect, humble yourself, and the man is the head of the home. A head that is empty, I can never submit to it. A head that knows nothing, I can never submit to it. A head that doesn't see to the future and forecast into the future and then probably put solutions together for us all to be okay, I can never submit to that head. So you being the head of the home requires a lot from you, the man. You can't just do it just because you are a man.
So I was going to get into that before you mentioned it, but it's good you mentioned it. How detrimental has this line of teaching and almost like pushing it down for the average person? A lot of people go to church in Ghana, right? And for the average person have been hearing this over and over again, and they don't hear anything different. They don't hear anything that balances it, right? And all they hear is that the woman should submit, the woman should submit. How detrimental is this to even marriages that maybe shouldn't exist, but the woman has been brain trained to be submissive
and succumb.
Yes, and succumb
to the whims and caprices of
everything that is
a
going
man
on.
who knows nothing.
Yes, how detrimental?
Very,
is
very
this
detrimental, and it is It has disintegrated society. It is doing it now. It is going to disintegrate society in the near future. Listen, if I am structured in one way of thinking, and I come and join forces with you and say that this is the life that we want to build together, and already society has structured things for us, or that you can't even reprogram, reset to factory setting, that you are supposed to go according to, so rigid so that when you go contrary, people see you as an evil person. So will you give me the counseling? This is a general counseling, and it's not so much so that you feel that whatever your pastor says is so sacrosanct, I'm supposed to live by it. You go into the marriage based on the characteristics of your partner. It's also dependent on how you're also going to respond or even react to that person. So when I go in and I foresaw, and last time we talked about terms and conditions, and I foresaw certain things that probably I didn't even imagine coming up. There and there, we call it operational restructuring. In management, you call operational restructuring. This is when the strategic management have decided we want to do this. But when you go to the grounds and start operationalizing it, you go like, hey, this is not so flexible on the grounds. So I have to use my discretion to be able to change some few things, review it, and then do it according to. So people go in and they go in and encounter so many issues. Then they still have what their counselors told them that this is the way things are supposed to be. Then they can't change. When you try to change, society sees you as a different person altogether. When you try to change, your husband or your partner says that, listen, don't do this because this was what we were told. And it is under the ordinance of the Bible. And you see how religion is the opium of the masses, and we have all become slaves to things that probably we believe or we don't believe because of faith that we are in. And that is what we are living in. So it's very detrimental. People have changed. People have built walls around themselves. People have become differently. People have gotten married, and people have not been able to even talk to them again.
So we find ourselves in church. We are Christians. We believe in God. We believe in scriptures. We are married. There's a situation. And how do we resolve, finding ourselves in this challenge where the woman is empowered, she's doing well, and all that. The guy has his issues and challenges, and now they find themselves in a place where there's a discussion that, look, I don't think this is what I signed up for. How do we bring ourselves to a place where there's understanding and cohesion, and there's maybe a different view, a different perspective on things, so that it's no longer I'm fighting against something that I don't want, or this is not what I signed up for, but rather to be able to turn things around that we
for
see
your
the
good.
Yes, for your good.
Detach yourself from the various sayings of the world of society.
Okay.
Know that the world that you are in is only between your partner and yourself. When you are in your four walls, the world doesn't see you. So it is only you as to what you do to yourself that you appreciate yourself. There are certain people that they feel that my parents were failures in this aspect of life. So as far as I have become conscious of myself, I need to be able to hammer and build on this to become very successful. So regardless of whatever is going on, they are living the failures and the dreams of their parents. So they want to make it work. People's parents went into marriages and 2, 3 years, 5 years, it didn't work. So someone has gone to marriage and nearing 5 years, things have started coming up. And the person feels that, hey, in 5 years, I am nearing 5 years and things have started boiling up. I need to sustain this. How do you sustain that? This is where reasoning comes in. And this is where situational analysis comes in. Look at who am I in this relationship with? Whom am I in this marriage with? What is the viewpoint of this person? I.e. academic, i.e. religion, i.e. social understanding of issues. There are people who do not appreciate issues. They are so narrow-minded. They don't have a broad mind. They are so narrow-minded. So whatever they were nurtured with is what they are living with. And they are so rigid. So ask yourself, how do I turn things around? One, have a conversation. Charlie, we entered this together. We loved ourselves. Now we have moved from one phase of this relationship to the next phase of the relationship. I feel that love doesn't matter anymore. Reality has set in. Things you are doing do not match with my dreams and aspirations. How then do we revive things?
Yeah.
This is what you do that I don't like. These are the things you do that I like. You tell me what I do that you like and things I do that you don't like. Put all these things down. Write them down. This is work. Write everything down.
Yeah.
Then you do the cross analysis. You do the crossing. You like me here. Okay, fine. Let's spread it. You like me here. You don't like me here. I'll try and work on it.
Yeah.
And the two of you, the two of you, it's only you. When it doesn't work, society will start pointing fingers at you. And when marriages do not work, they always blame the woman. So if your man, it's not thinking well, think for your man.
Okay.
There are some men who do not think well. The women are supposed to take charge and think for them. So when you think for him, that is when you take charge. But that doesn't mean that you are the one in charge. Still live under that belief that the man is the head of the home. But make things work for yourself.
Thank you very much, Speaker Ado. We've been speaking to Speaker Ado on the challenges, the difficulties in approaching a woman who is above her 30s. Well, let's stay tuned. We'll be back with the next segment.